Welcome to 2026. The first feat into the studio here at Stack Towers is Mr. Peter Donaldson and Mr. Lukey Moore. Welcome to 2026. Lukey Moore.
It's the highest year on record, as Jim Campbell always says.
It certainly is.
Very exciting. Do you feel like you're living in the future?
No, not really. I'm going to continue all of my bad habits into this year. I think that's fair to say. And I think that's how I should be treating every year, to be honest. I should be getting worse, not better.
Yeah, you ain't realistically going to change now.
No,
there's no way,
everything's
man.
baked in, isn't it?
You're the oldest of dogs. There's no new tricks happening here.
No, but in a way, I am also repeating what I've done for the last 5 years. Is fantasizing about being a better person. That's free. That's hard coded. Fantasizing about being a better man. That's in there.
I think
but being a better man
is a very strong word. I think you're momentarily, occasionally flirting with the idea of being a better man.
Okay.
I don't think you're like honestly really thinking really hard about being a better person.
But it's when my Paté levels are at their highest is when I think about being a better man. I mean, because Paté is very rich, very stodgy, it's a debilitating greasy snack.
It's a debilitating condition
on the old crackers, and you do sort of think about being a better person when you're eating Ardennes Paté. It's just one of the things that you think about.
I don't really go in for Paté. I mean, I'll go into. I'll have a terrine. I'll occasionally order a terrine.
What's the difference? Isn't a terrine just a pâté with a bit of aspic on the top?
No, terrine is very coarse. It's not smooth. It's chunky.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of texture to it. I don't really like anything with the jelly around it. It reminds me of cat food.
And that's a bit, yeah. See, no, because the jelly's in my dog food as well. So I don't know why you would think that. I don't know. I don't know why you would.
I think this is the only respectful and responsible way to start 2026. Talking about Paté and terrine. Aspic. I don't really find myself in the environs of Paté that often. I don't ever buy it.
Christmas only.
Is it really a Christmas only thing for you? Is it?
It's a Christmas only thing. And I forget about it for the rest of the year, even though it's delicious. It's always very delicious.
And do you always go for Ardennes, or do you go a bit of chicken liver, or what's the vibe?
Whatever's going, really, to be honest. I've no particular. Sometimes they'll put pistachios in. I like a bit of pistachio in there. So
if any food stuff, if someone makes it into a pâté, you're getting in.
Yeah. I want to have my jaw broken. I want to liquefy all of my food. It's just more efficient that way, isn't it?
Why are your jaw shut and all you can eat is pâté? But you wouldn't be able to get into the crackers, would you?
No, I'd have to liquidate. I mean, imagine, could you do that? Liquidize some crackers?
I think we should try and do a whole episode on pâté.
It would be, if you liquidated it, it would be like a porridge, wouldn't it, I suppose, if you added a bit of water. Absolutely gross.
I didn't realise that pâté is just the French word for paste.
Well, yeah, and that's a good thing. I think we've got a word for it. It's disgusting. Let's have pâté.
You like a paste as well. You like a beef paste, don't you?
I like a beef paste. I like a fish paste. I like the fish paste because you can almost feel the gritty bones that they've ground up. Like you can really sort of go, there's a little bit of gritty bones in here. There's a bit of collagenated, no, coagulated, kind of blood and bones here. I like a bit of gristle.
What better way to follow up our food poisoning specials than with a chat about pâté? I also like the class element at play here, because clearly, if you and I, with our upbringings, had a bit of beef paste in a roll, we're not allowed to call that pâté, are we? We have to call it paste.
We have to call it paste
because we deserve to be punished.
Well, but what do you think that paste was? I mean, it would just
when does a paste become a pâté?
It'd be lips and arseholes, and I just think there'd be I just feel like there's a lot of rusk added to that paste.
We did this before. I think we looked at the ingredients for paste, and I think because of EU food standards, it was actually fairly reasonable.
Actually pretty decent, yeah. It's probably one of those kind of superfoods that, weightlifters talk about.
Probably. There's probably a lot of protein in it.
Yeah. I think all of this kind of, eating clean, trim, dirty stuff, I think people are going to leave that behind in 2026. I think being body beautiful might be boring. We've had 5 years of men and women feeling like they really have to wear their gym clothes out and about.
Yeah, there was going to be a natural reaction at some point, surely.
There's got to be a backlash. There's got to be people going, no, I'm going to be the fattest I can be.
Well, I mean, I have done that for ages.
Well, people were pointing out when we did the best of Ramble on the old YouTube, people were pointing out how different you look. And because I see you quite a lot, I didn't really sort of make the connection. But yeah, you did lose a load of timber during 2025. So how are you going to sort of, your New Year's resolution, like you've already shipped the timber, so what are you going to do?
Eat as much as I can.
Get back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Before we move on entirely from pate, which is probably the most French of all the foods.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a list here of traditional French pâtés.
Right.
And you've got some great stuff in here.
Mm.
Pheasant terrine, partridge terrine, truffled pâté of duck.
Come on, that's got to be the best one, isn't it?
Turbot and salmon terrine with lobster. Venison liver pâté. You'd be in heaven, Donaldson.
It just sounds absolutely brilliant, all of that.
Where do you stand on a parfait?
Where does a parfait? I thought a parfait was like a pastry thing. Oh, I didn't realise that was
parfait. I think they're pureed and then they mix it in with things like cognac and garlic and stuff.
Oh, I mean that's even richer, isn't it? I suppose it's like my Christmas cake. I watch these chefs, these kind of chefs on YouTube, and they're quite good for like how to make a good shepherd's pie, how to make a good potato, etc., etc. And
make
they're like
potato.
Well, make it taste nice, like a dauphine noir and all that shit.
Oh, but, I imagine you love your way. You know your way around a dauphine noir, do you?
I know my way around. It's not Hasselblad, is it? That's a camera.
Hasselback. Hasselback potatoes are amazing.
I'm good at the old Hasselback. You can do them in the air fryer. Luke,
here we go.
Okay.
We never want to fucking one sentence away from the bastard air fryer.
I didn't get to use me double air fryer. I didn't even get to use me second air fryer.
No one turned up on Christmas for you,
Mr.
did they?
President. No, yeah, we had late cancellations due to illness.
Second air fryer has hit the kitchen counter, Mr. President.
I know, terrible. I'm absolutely gutted about that.
That's a shame. I wouldn't be doing Hasselbacks. Look, I can't cook dauphine noir. I can't cook Hasselback, but I bloody love eating them. Hasselback,
to a bit of chicken stock to make it all fondanty and the sweetness of the chicken stock. Just go, oh, come on.
You've used YouTube tutorials to cook Hasselback potatoes.
To cook some good Hasselback potatoes.
At no point are they saying put it in an air fryer, are they?
No, that was my own little
twist.
My own little English twist. But like they sort of have these sort of. All of these different like sauces, like your bechamels and stuff, they all come from the mother sauce. Like there's like a mother thing that makes everything that comes out of it. And so if you know one, you know how to make most of almost everything. They're always using that bit of paper though to put on top of, instead of using a lid on a pan, they always just use a little circular bit of paper to sort of
that's to get the fat off, isn't it?
Well, yeah, to stop skinning up and stuff, yeah.
But they're called, aren't they called mother sauces? Is that what you said?
Mother sauces. I think they are. I think they're called mother sauces.
It's like bechamel, velouté, hollandaise.
Yeah. And you make everything out of everything.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But isn't it also the case that in Indian restaurants there's like 3 or 4 base sauces?
Yes, I believe so.
They have on the go the whole time and then they kind of adapt depending on the order.
The amount of different meals you can get in an Indian or a Chinese restaurant is just insane. Like,
have you seen the there's a classic kitchen nightmares episode with Gordon where he goes to a curry house in Nottingham. I think it's called the Curry Lounge. And their big thing is that they let you order essentially whatever you want, right?
Right.
So if you want a chicken korma but you want it really spicy, they'll just change it for you.
Right.
So it basically works out.
It's a very creamy, coconutty kind of dish, but with loads of...
Yeah. But the thing that sends Gordon mad is that it works out with all the different variations that people can order. There's like 500 dishes on the menu. It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's so funny how every single episode, Ramsay's like, well, in my restaurant, there's 4 starters, 5 mains and 3 desserts.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
There's
90 things on this menu. I wouldn't even dream of trying to cooking them. They always seem to make that mistake the whole time. It's funny. So your eating plans for 2026 are going to continue much the same way? You're not going to listen to your stomach at any point this year?
No, I'm going to be more Monster Energy drinks than ever before. I've found that over Christmas, because of childcare and Sarah's work, I've had to sort of work quite late into the night, and
How late we talking?
It's 1:15 when I finished an edit 2 days ago.
Bloody hell, is it because you're still learning how to use Adobe Premiere?
Because I'm still learning how to use Adobe Premiere, yeah.
The couple of lads here would have had that knocked out in half an hour, would they?
I'd seen that off really quickly. But I quite enjoyed it, and it was just like, oh, you know what? I probably don't need that much sleep if I haven't taken alcohol. So,
do you enjoy it, or do you just like being down the shed on your own?
Bit of both. Bit of one, bit of two.
Bit of both,
the thing about the shed is that if you've got lights on and you're working, any one of the houses around here are just looking in and can look in and just see me pottering about in my pants.
You've got heating in there.
Yeah, I've got a little. Hang on, it should be wall mounted, but
Oh, you got one of those bad boys.
One of those bad boys. It's not that good, really. It's not that good. But,
right. Because I told you I put the house on the market.
Yes.
And we were looking around some places. And the one I looked at yesterday had a big kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, almost like a summer house / fortified shed at the bottom of the garden.
Right, okay, yeah.
It needed a lot of work to bring it up to speed.
Up to code.
That's a bit of me, that.
That's
Get me down there. Get me down there.
Little Roald Dahl writing room.
Oh,
with your little pencils and a little blanket for your knees. Lovely.
Oh, that's cute. Roald Dahl. That documentary about Roald Dahl is cute, that.
Yeah, well, haven't they opened up or maybe reproduced the shed in the Roald Dahl Museum, where they've put a little, where he had all of his pencils and stuff, and they've sort of basically redid his little writing shed. I find the idea of a writing shed very alluring.
I mean, it's very alluring, and it's very romantic to think of one of the great authors that Britain's produced, literally doing that freehand. Manually, bottom of his garden, and it's basically just his own storytelling ability, unfiltered. There's no trick. He's just writing words on a piece of paper, and it's genuinely entertaining millions of people. That's an incredible thing.
Yeah, wild, and aided by Quentin Blake.
Yeah, good. Don't let Quentin go unmentioned.
Aided by his subconscious stopping him from saying all the anti-Semitism.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff had to be redone. Later on,
can you?
Because you got the whole Enid Blyton thing as well, haven't you? My mum had a little rant about that. My mum's actually very liberal,
right?
But she had a little bit of a rant about that over Christmas about Enid Blyton. She was saying her argument for letting children in 2025 read the N word in their literature was that it didn't. The only argument she had was it didn't do you any harm. You're not racist.
That's a good point, actually. I
know that, but I don't see what the argument is for letting kids read that.
It's not really about the white people reading it, is it? It's about the black people going, I don't need to see that. I don't need to read this, to be honest. I don't need to read this word in my books.
The thing is that the children's thing is obviously difficult for obvious reasons. They're children. And that's maybe that moves the dial somewhat. But it is kind of interesting to contemplate the idea that, take Gone with the Wind, for example. Right, Gone with the Wind is a deeply, deeply problematic movie. I haven't read the book. The book is almost certainly the same, if not worse, because Margaret Mitchell was mad and was unquestionably a racist. Right, Gone with the Wind is the most successful film in American history, even now, when adjusted for inflation, I believe. And it was a gigantic movie, and it is deeply problematic to a modern audience for loads of reasons that I won't bore you with. And I have studied it at a pretty good level. Right. But what I was just going to say that if you go and download Gone with the Wind on Amazon Prime now, there's a big disclaimer at the start. So what they've chosen to do is they've not chosen to edit it because, of course, that would probably make it, obviously would make it a completely different film, make a different experience. But they've put a thing at the front literally saying, all the stuff you'd expect. Yeah. And but you can still watch it. And it's a tricky situation, isn't it? Because it's such a massive cultural touch point for society. There is part of me that my greatest amount of sympathy and respect and all that kind of stuff for non-white people who would watch it and be like, "This is horrible." And obviously, I'd be happy to listen, most importantly, to them about what they think about it. But at the same time, just deleting it, there is an element to that which is a real kind of error.
It's where do you draw the line? Who draws the line? Which authority does it? It's difficult, and it's kind of like why can't would you delete Little Britain over Gone with the Wind because it's crap?
Yes. That's an easy one for me. That yes,
right?
I would.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Would you? But then it's kind of like, well, it was still pretty successful in the UK certainly. So it's kind of it's difficult. Who draws the line? How can you draw the line?
I think the comparison. I understand why you're making it. I suppose, but the comparison is tricky though, because in the US, you're basically the main issue. There's loads of them, but the main issue with Gone with the Wind and art of that period of that type is it's massively informed by essentially completely ahistorical, incorrect arguments that say that African American people were somehow better off enslaved and how they were, quote, happy as slaves. And it portrays African American people as being happy with their lot enslaved in white people's homes, right?
Yeah.
And so so I think that's different. It's worse than just, and I'm not trivializing people being offended by blackface or the stuff that Little Britain did, but I think it is in a way more trivial.
What do you? It's more
David
insidious.
Williams and Matt Lucas. Yeah, it's much more insidious the way Gone with the Wind's doing it because it's written by people, and then in that case, it's much older, so it's written and directed by people who were like avowed racists.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't think
so. Maybe there's an argument to be said that problematic, legendary sort of stuff should go to a non-profit. It should be made available not on your Netflixes, not for profit organisations. It should potentially be charities, or it should be
historical, like museums or something like that. Yeah,
made available, archive.org kind of vibe. Did you see that?
Did you see what you're saying. That, yeah.
I mean, that's the only way I can sort of think that would kind of satisfy anyone, because it's really, really, really bloody difficult. And where do you draw the line? And how do you draw the line? And where do you draw the line at, like, is this high art? Should this be available because it's important? Should this be available because it's not important? I think everything should be probably available if someone chooses to see it. But it's fucking hard. It's really hard to sort of, where do you draw the line? Do I need to hear Screwdriver, records? It's really, it's a real kind of liberal hell.
But I don't think that. I just think it is different because I don't think Little Britain or fucking Screwdriver are contributing broadly to the culture. That,
but
if you look at like Enid Blyton, right? Enid Blyton sold 600 million books. This is mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind is the most successful movie of all time. This is proper mainstream infecting the culture stuff.
Yeah, that's how things get codified. That's how things that's how brains get
That's why there's no feasible argument that says that, society isn't institutionally racist in some way when those facts are available for you to see. The fact that
takes the pressure off my personal racism, doesn't it? Hey, I watched Gone with the Wind. It's the media that I consumed.
Yeah,
no individual or independent thought here, my lord.
another mad thing, and we'll get off this in a minute because it's a bit serious for a New Year's Day. Another thing that's absolutely mad is like the movie that came out in 1915, Birth of a Nation, which is essentially massively important because it displayed an amazing amount of really futuristic and modern pioneering filmmaking techniques, which influenced so many filmmakers, right?
Yeah.
But it's essentially the most racist film ever made. It's essentially a film completely glorifying the KKK from start to finish, and it's like 3.5 hours long. I love it's a massive problem for people who love films.
Beautifully shot. It's made it beautifully shot, though, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, that's wild.
It's like the first film to pioneer like close-ups. It's the first film to ever do a fade out. It's the first film to ever do stage battle sequences.
But then you got to sort of go, look, are people in 2026 sitting down with their family and watching that? Film students, like educationally, film students are sitting down and watching that with everything that goes along with being educated and having a responsible hand on the tiller, sort of saying, this is bullshit, look at what they were doing, ignore all the other things, kind of. But that's why it has to be. I mean, Pretty close up on.
Yeah.
Aren't there? Isn't the colour balance great?
Yeah.
The whites really do pop.
Yeah.
The whites really do pop. Yeah. No, the colour balance is terrible.
The white balance is
the white balance is
different meaning. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's
I'll tell you another thing, Pete. Some of the opinions you had about football back in the day.
Oh, what do you mean?
Some of the chat you used to stick. Some of the off-colour jokes you told back in 2009.
I don't think any of them were off-colour. But look, fine. You go through the archive. I will be judged. Some of you do sort of look back and sort of go, Jesus Christ, even like 15, 20 years ago when I was on Breakfast Show, like there's a lot of stuff going out there. It was absolutely.
But you're only the sidekick, so you can
exactly.
You can
I was
plead
sidekick
that.
Simon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Off-colour, according to the dictionary, means slightly unwell. Would you say any of your jokes were slightly unwell?
I think all of them are.
Or slightly indecent or obscene?
Yeah, all that. They definitely speak to an ill mind. I would one would suggest.
We've never been cancelled because we're just good eggs, right? Don't tend to be mean about people, do we?
No, I think
not in the. I mean, obviously we take the piss out of football players, but I mean that's fine, isn't it?
It's punching up, isn't it? Most of the time,
so. Punching up is fine.
We'll occasionally. A stray, punch might hit below the belt, but that's we do a lot of content. We put out a lot of
slings
stuff.
And arrows of outrageous fortune, all's fair in love and war, and all that.
Exactly.
No harm done. I saw. Speaking of which, I saw a clip of the upcoming new Ricky Gervais stand-up special as well.
Oh yeah,
that was the thinnest of gruels.
Do you remember that used to be? Like a bit of an appointment to watch?
Oh mate, when Animals came out, the first one,
yeah.
me and my mates must have watched that on DVD 50 times.
Yeah, and then now it's like, oh fuck, are they putting that in the promo? That's the promo.
The promo I saw was about the comedian Rosie Jones. Did you see that one?
I'm familiar with.
She wasn't the subject of the piss taking. I have to say, it was just about her generally.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it's really, really poor stuff. I mean, it was the kind of great example of if you took those jokes and just gave them to an up and coming comedian doing their first appearance on, live at the Apollo or whatever. I mean, you would not be even scraping the surface of making a scrape.
But that is what I mean. That's basically rich stand-ups. That's where they all end up. They all end up with either a team of writers who do some good stuff, or they try and write it themselves and they're completely out of touch.
Do you think he's just got no context of what the real world is now?
Yeah, but he's going for like I don't know the context on the Rosie Jones stuff, but the fact that he's even saying Rosie Jones, it is a Facebook dad hot button topic. They just post a picture of Rosie Jones, and it's like the new oh god, who was Corbyn's friend who everybody hated?
Diane Abbott.
She's the new Diane Abbott for our dads, really. So they just got put a picture of
my dad
Rosie
wouldn't
Jones.
know who Diane Abbott or Rosie Jones is.
All right, okay, fair.
I do take the point. How's Stuart, by the way? Did they have a nice Christmas?
I guess so. Yeah, I've not really spent that much time chatting to him. But
you sent any New Year's wishes his way?
No, not really, not yet. I'll probably give him a ring later on. It's
we'll do it by the end of January, eh?
Do it by the end of January. I'll send him a little text. You know what? I'll finish today's Wordle and see how he goes.
Oh, beat him to it.
I've been quite slack over the past few.
I've lost track of Wordle totally.
I've been quite slack with me and my sister and my dad's in a group, and my dad does it at about 2 minutes past midnight every day.
Tedious for a WhatsApp group.
Yeah. So
we already he doesn't go to bed till like he doesn't. Does he wake up at midnight?
He gets up at about midnight. Yeah. So it's very much like I'm kind of He basically sets the bar for me and my sister for the rest of the day.
What time does he go to bed at the moment?
It's usually about 6 or 7 at night, I think. And he get up at midnight, and then.
But that's his natural body clock still.
Yeah, only because he just wants to he wants the run of the house. Because my mum never leaves the house, so like he just wants the run of the house.
Doesn't your mum get disturbed when she's trying to sleep though? Just pottering around.
No, she's in bed, I presume. Yeah, she's and quite deaf as well, which is helpful.
Because I've caught the ire of the Wi-Fi I have access to because I've got this shoulder problem at the moment. I'm actually going to see a specialist.
You start screaming.
No, I can't get comfortable in bed.
Yeah,
so I keep shuffling around.
Yeah, that is annoying.
And part of the reason we put the house on the market is because we haven't got a spare room. So, no, it's like, suck it up. There's nothing you can do.
I think what we need is, and that's something that I keep on saying, I need a bigger fridge, and I need...
Yeah, you could do that, couldn't you? You could find a space for a bigger fridge, couldn't you?
Yeah, but everyone wants a one that looks nice. And it's like, you can't have both. You can have capacity, Or you can have it looking nice.
What's she thinking? A Smeg?
She's thinking something. We've got a nice fridge, but it's too
Tell me
too
about
small.
it.
Too small. So it's like a cream smeggy kind of copy knockoff kind of fridge, and we need a bit more. Now, what I should do is just get a little chest freezer for the cabin and just bring out food as and when.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. But presumably you got a knockoff Smeg fridge from Facebook Marketplace, and she's saying she wants a proper fridge.
No, she chose the fridge at the start of our union, and
as is the tradition in among your people, yeah.
And it's still there, so it's absolutely fine. But I just want a bit more room for me. I just need a bit more room for me frozen stuff. She doesn't really with the frozen, and I do. I think I discovered frozen, diffreezing stuff quite recently. It's great. Absolutely love it.
Have you frozen your bad beef?
I'm not frozen my bad beef. The bad beef has been dispatched. So, but there's still a lot of Sarah's been not very well. So Sarah's been not very well, and she's not been able to sort of eat much. So there's just a lot of there's a tray of baklava left and
right.
lot of cheese, and I'm trying to get through it as best I can. But
I'll tell you what's a real leveler is, and it always catches me out, is that when I go to buy food from the supermarket, I'll go to the aisle that's got the fresh meat on it, the raw meat, right? And the sausages are next to the bacon, right? And I always buy bacon and sausages, right? But the problem is the discrepancy between the use by date on the bacon is way different to the sausages. I mean, sausages you get in 4 days, bacon you get in a month.
Because it's cured, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they're put next to each other and they're presented as almost like a variation of the same pig product.
Yes, okay.
So I get caught out so often of not eating the sausages on time. The amount of sausages I just throw away because they're done after 3 or 4 days. Get
them in the freezer because you can freeze sausages and stick them in the air fryer, but stick them in the oven and you can.
You can cook them from frozen, can you?
You can cook them from frozen as long as you kept. You know what? Best £10 I've ever spent is a decent meat. Well, it's not decent, but an okay meat thermometer.
Yeah. I've got that meter thing that you have an app on your phone, but I don't cook anymore, so I never use it.
No, okay, right, yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think I need to. Anything I buy does not need Bluetooth on it.
Maybe
that's my 2026 revelation. I'm not going to be buying anything with Bluetooth in. I've got too much stuff in my life buzzing around some kind of so megahertz of
just getting fucking
Bluetooth
notifications all the time.
Getting notifications all of the time for crying out loud.
We started off this half talking about meat, and we're ending it talking about meat. Let's have a break. When we come back, we've got batteries to do, boy.
All right, we're back with the Luke and Pete show. Let's get some batteries done, if that's all right with you. Sandy has got in touch.
Yeah, so Sandy's email is a broader email as well, so you can do his
I'll do his batteries now, and then we'll go on to Sandy's email after that, and then we'll finish the show. Lovely. Ansman Energy and Job. So Ansman ANSMANN Energy. I think this might be a new player. Lovely shot of the wedding ring as well. Trying to see if there's any nudity in the reflection, but no.
Sadly not. Do you know what? You think this is a new player, Ansman Energy?
Ansman Energy.
Guess what?
Feels new, feels fresh.
It's the 9th time we've had it.
Oh, fuck.
Going all the way back to 2022. Our friend Fergus sent it in back then. Chris.
Fergus.
Nicholas,
he was the first.
Lars, and now Sandy. So, it's
unlucky.
Unfortunately, Sandy, that is not a new player, I'm afraid.
No. Sjob, SJOB.
Sjob is a great
Sjob.
name. Where's that come from, do you reckon?
It feels Swedish. I don't know why.
I mean, that is a new player. That's a new player.
I muted myself just so I could Google Sjob.
It's a brand new player.
Hey, there we go. Let's do it to fucking start the bloody year.
We've got one. We've got a new fucking battery. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done, Sandy.
Yeah. Google keeps trying to get me to change my search to. Do you mean job? I was going, no, I don't.
No, I meant job. I would have typed that.
I would have typed job.
Let's do the other battery email next week then, because we found a new player already. We don't need to.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's go over here. Lovely. I'll say. Yeah. Well, let's do the email.
Yeah. Let's do Sandy's email. Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
You do Sandy's email because I'm still looking for job.
It's a very big email. I'll do it as best I can. It says, "Hi guys, long time listener, infrequent email. I'm yet to have any of my correspondence read out on the show, but I'll put that down to the quality of my previous written submissions rather than your guys' choices. I was listening to a recent episode where you both discussed guide dogs. Do you remember that, Peter?
Yes, sort of, kind of, yes.
He says, mentioning how forcing a dog to constantly be working might be cruel. I don't think I actually said that. I thought I merely inquired as to whether they're happy with their jobs.
Yeah.
But Sandy says, my wife and I foster for the guide dogs.
Oh, come on. A new guide dog every week. Lovely.
Apparently it equates to dropping them off in the mornings at guide dog school to do their training and picking them up after work to board them overnight and at weekends.
Come on.
They train for 8 months to a year in order to get to the standard needed. However, the failure rate is very high. He said the failure rate is higher than the pass rate. Out of the 3 years we've been doing it, only one has passed out of 3 dogs we've fostered.
Wow. Is it because, is there like a sort of Glen Hoddle guide dog school for guide dogs who don't make it on the continent?
There should be, shouldn't there?
Surely
they just get to put into loving homes, don't they? And those families enjoy the increased discipline.
Exactly, yes.
Out of so he said, my wife's uncle is also registered blind and has had a guide dog for a number of years. I'm pleased to tell you they're not always at work, and around the house they can relax and be a normal dog. You can see the shift in behaviour when they put the harness on and they know it's time to get to work and they remember the training. So to an extent, the blind person knows their home environment and has other things in place to assist them.
Right.
So they don't need them. As to the actual training, I don't do it myself, so take this with a small pinch of salt, but it's led with treats to reinforce behaviours needed, and there's a lot of consideration for the dog. Yes, some natural instincts, such as stopping to sniff lampposts and deviating for scraps on the floor, is trained out of them, but never in a harsh or detrimental way. Naturally, with an organisation that large, there's a lot of research, development and joined up thinking across the borders to make the most of resources, as well as to support the dog. There's also been numerous bits of guide dog coverage on the news where you can see a bit more to their training techniques, as well as the guide dog programme going through each stage of the process. Martin Clunes also did a programme on adopting a retired guide dog, which my wife's parents did for her uncle's guide dog, who retired last year. One final thing from Sandy Peter, if I may be so bold. He says, also on your Christmas episode, I was surprised to hear that Pete didn't realise there's variance in the performance of the same PC component, but perhaps he's not quite dabbled into the enthusiast sphere and has largely done his own thing and ignored everything else. As I'm writing this, I realise Pete would almost certainly have done his own thing and ignored everyone else. So you're not part of the culture, Pete, so you wouldn't know
When you've written it down. Did I know? I mean, was I explaining that I didn't know?
Allow Sandy to explain. He says the different model numbers of a line of CPUs or GPUs may well be underperforming higher models.
Yes.
That more or less perform at the lower model levels of performance. As a result, they're slapped with the lower model name and shipped out at a reduced price, recuperating some costs back, and not wasting the silicon used, as that stuff is more and more precious.
So when I said that I didn't know that, I would say that I didn't know that a long time ago. So I think I used the expression, well, I didn't know that, but that I didn't know that happened a little while ago. So So knowledge has been in me, Sandy, for a little while. But yes, at some point I didn't know that, and now I know that.
So listen, it's good from Sandy to give you the heads up anyway.
Mate, if you are building a PC at this moment in time, you are fucked. The RAM prices are horrific. Nobody can get RAM for love nor money.
Tell us a bit more about that. Why is that?
Because the fucking AI server farms, they're all going there. They're paying the top dollar for that. And the enthusiasts, the mobile phone creators, anything that needs a little bit of memory is going to be a lot more expensive because in America, tariffs, and also because of the RAM shortage. Because these AI data centers, they need a lot of RAM to keep the pictures of the little photoshops of
Yeah, this is going to fuck us, isn't it?
Mayor Khan.
This is going to absolutely fuck us, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Everything you are going to buy electronically will be more expensive because RAM is more expensive right now. So I've actually got a couple of sticks of DDR4 in an old cupboard. Might stick on eBay.
What does that mean?
I might make 10 quid.
What's DDR4?
It's just a kind of memory.
You know that I was looking. I can't recount it here because I don't understand it fully, and I'd get it wrong. But I was looking at a lot of the reporting around OpenAI's finances, and it is insane. Absolutely insane.
Is the bubble about to burst, Luke?
Yeah, there was talk of like their data center rental costs are like more than the GDP of like Saudi Arabia or something. It's like their GDP. Their data center rental costs are like in the hundreds of billions.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And They need to. I think, as far as I understand it, and maybe someone can email in if they know more about this than me, and maybe you know more about this than me, Peter. I'm sure you do. But like it seems to suggest that like they can't find a way to make enough revenue to offset how expensive it is to run a company like that.
Yes.
But so their revenues are like $13 billion or something.
Yeah.
But their costs are just wild.
But I think they're throwing all the money in because whoever is the leader will be the leader once the bubble bursts, I think. So everyone's basically speculating to a huge degree that their model is going to be the best one because they've got all of the data centers and they've got all of the capacity and headroom and power. Because when the bubble bursts and it all kind of settles down a bit, there's going to be one company and one company alone that's going to be running everything, and so that's why everyone thinks they've got the best model. Everyone thinks that they've got the most amount of power. So yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot of people when that one goes.
Yeah, because there's a lot of feeling. So like if you look at a company like Uber took almost 15 years to turn a profit, didn't it? But people were just investing in it over and over again. Like it was a really valuable company, even though it couldn't make a profit. It took ages to get into profit. Yeah. But I don't know if there's a path forward for OpenAI to make a profit. But the numbers involved are fucking staggering. It's really, really easy to see from a mile off how this could go to shit. Like,
usually.
Anyway.
They're turning nuclear aircraft carriers, or they're considering turning nuclear-powered aircraft carriers into data center powers, like, to put a lot of data centers on an aircraft carrier.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. All right, then. Let's get out of here. This has been the Look Peach Show for the 1st of January.
Positive way to end the first show of 2026.
Bit of racism, bit of batteries.
Not from us.
AI. Not from us. We talked about it, though. Maybe we should start. 4th of January, we'll be back. Look after yourselves. Ta-ta.